Please.
3,000 years ago, when the world was churned and pulled apart by the first age of empire, there were vicious civil wars everywhere. Now you would think that all this violence will push the human story back. But the awkward truth is that the violence, in fact, drove the human story forward. Fellow toastmasters and my dear guests, my fascination with war started when I came across this very popular series, Game of Thrones. Now, it is set in a very medieval backdrop, but it has modern swearing. Though it is a fiction, I wanted to know how close to reality it was. So I came across these three amazing stories from world history. 700 BC, the age of Assyrian Empire. Here we have the original prototype of the empire building maniac. His name was Sennacherib. Let's call him Bob. So Assyrians were the original inventors of total war and shock tactics. They were pitiless towards the young and ruthless towards the old. And if anyone fought back, they would flay them alive, and their leaders liked to display the heads of their enemies on stakes. Now the picture was looking rather familiar. This is what exactly happens in Game of Thrones. But the great gift of the Assyrian age to the world had nothing to do with their war tactics or their barbaric ways. A small group of sailors that Bob had terrorized and deported through the sea would later invent the alphabet. Now the second story is of the king of Persia, King Cyrus. Now he was a very powerful king. He attacked a small kingdom of Lydia, which was famous for its gold, and captured their king Croesus. Now Croesus was the original Bhappi Lahiri with all his gold on him. Lessons from history: if a Persian king invites you to a barbecue, it's better to say no. They tied down King Croesus on a pyre of wood and lit it from beneath. The king Croesus called out to the god Apollo, and unlike in any Bollywood drama, it rained, putting the fire off. So Cyrus decided not to kill him and instead appointed him as his advisor. And both of them together gave the world the gift of the gold standard currency. Currency becomes current because of war. The third story is a very important one because it not only shaped the world of that era, but also in a way affects how we think to this day. It was the Battle of Marathon. We all have seen it in the movie 300. On one side was the professional army of the Persians, and on the other side were the free men of Athens protecting one another and their country. The Athenians were hugely outnumbered, so the Persians thought that they would just surrender. But instead, they did something rather ridiculous. They attacked. But there was method in madness. Their commander, Miltiades, had a plan. He deliberately weakened the front line so that the Persians could plunge in with deceptive ease. And then he ordered his two wings of army to act like pincers, slowly gripping the Persian enemy and squeezing it to death. 6,000 Persians died that day, and only 200 Athenians lost their lives. But the battle was far from over. The remaining Persians set sail for Athens. Now, this exhausted Athenian army had to run back to their city to defend it before the Persians could get there. The 26-mile heroic run of the Greek army to defend their city is of course known and remembered in the Olympic Games as the ultimate test for courage and stamina, the marathon. War in any way is terrible, but here in a way is the case for war. The alphabet and the gold currency were the gift of the great age of empire to the world. Kings and emperors sitting in their palaces assumed that it was great to conquer, burn, and enslave. But what they did not know was that from that very blood-soaked soil, new ideas about how to live and how to rule would flower.